we going? Yes!
C.
C. Oh, yes. He's back. How many months, if not years, has it been since we were sat here together, Mr. Rob?
It's been at least 2 years, I think. More? 3?
No. I'm
It's
shaking my
been a
head
long
at how long
time.
it is. I thought you came over last summer, but did that all get...
I think that got cancelled.
No, we were in the boiler room, weren't we, together?
We did, yeah. Okay, so we did the British launch in the boiler room, but none of this existed. There wasn't a guy sat in the corner here on this couch. This room looks different to me, so I think you've moved a lot of stuff around. It's been a long time, basically.
Taylor's left, he's come back, he's left again. He's had 3 children,
not-
left again, and come back.
It's not possible to leave.
Oz was born and now works here.
Yeah, that's right. Wait,
Yes,
let me just drink
indeed.
some delicious liquid death.
Oh man, this is so bad. This is the can of water that we're not sponsored by, but they sent us some drinks, so we feel obliged to say. Do you know what? Psychosomatically, the only thing I ever drink out of a can this big is lager.
Yeah.
So even though this is sparkling water, my brain is going, taste of beer, even though it doesn't.
But it's the most delicious sparkling water I've ever tried.
Yeah, it's all right. Anyway,
I've run out though. I need
welcome
more.
back. Rob's here for 2 days, so we'll be shooting a whole gamut of...
Stupid.
Yes.
Can we swear in this?
Yes, blindfold stuff,
Stupid shit.
green screen stuff, challenge stuff, all the usual stuff.
Been wearing this all morning.
Thought we'd go live, right? Live, we decided to pick the afternoon because I know in the UK, you guys maybe you'll be starting to kick back for the day. Maybe you're on your school summer holidays. And in America, round about now, a little bit early, I know if you're West Coast, but
Well, I've already had some of my friends from Tennessee. Hey, Michael. Say, hey, I'm going to try and watch you while I'm doing the breakfast and taking the kids to school and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So it's an open forum to you guys to ask questions to me and Rob. The only thing that we are going to absolutely shoehorn into this live stream
is
a shoe with a horn. Is to look at some new Chapman guitars because bizarrely, this is the first time I've actually seen some of these in the flesh as opposed to in their sort of prototyping sample phase.
Good questions will receive money.
Absolutely, as will.
When I turned up, Lee gave me this. He went, "There you go, Rob."
$10,000. That's Rob's standard daily rate now.
It's right. It's your daily monopoly rate. This will make your job easier. And I was like, okay.
Next time in America, I'm going to see if I can get away with any of these.
I think
this is the best currency exchange ever.
Honestly, look, if you take one of these and then you just do that,
Put it where it says for motion picture use only, and
just rub that bit out with a crayon or something. Do that a few times. Yeah. Now look, tell me, does that not look like real money?
I get away with a tip.
There you go. There's your money.
Tip. There you go. How bad would that be? Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you. Right. So, have we got any questions yet, Mr. Oz or Mr. Tay, or should we just crack on with our Chapman?
Mr. George Lizo asks, question for Rob, what's your favourite diatonic key?
Oh, good job he didn't ask me. Did you hear that? What's Rob's favourite diabetic key?
He wants to know which key or which mode.
Which key? Says is the quoting diatonic key.
Well, I mean, I like playing in the key of A flat, so A flat is my favourite key. But if he meant diatonic mode, then I would have to say that it's probably Mixolydian, because it sounds super happy, but at the same time kind of super harsh, which I like.
Didn't you say I played this earlier in a...
Oh, Dorian.
As part of, and you went, oh, it's the first time we've heard you play a Dorian.
It basically, he did a blues lick. Something like that, and he added a little sneaky 2.
So if you're in your sort of pentatonic position 2, you know, so you go, and you go, and then you just put.
Oh, okay.
That's the. So
that's
it's
beautiful.
It's that note is not in the pentatonic scale, so that's presumably a Dorian Gray.
Well, I'm not sure if that was the lick
maneuver.
that you played at the time, but what I'm going to do is steal that lick,
Okay.
along with the Peter Honore one, which goes. That's my favourite Peter Honore lick. I stole that from the last time I was here. But yeah, there you go. That's the answer to my question.
I can only apologise for the tones that we're getting this video. I mean, they might be great, I don't know, but literally about 5 minutes before we went live, we suddenly realised that we'd have to quickly grab multi-effects units and just plug in and use presets because we didn't have time doing this.
I am using a Kemper floor profiler, courtesy of my friend Pete.
And I am using a neural quad cortex using a patch called DP Plexi 4x12.
Also courtesy of your friend Pete.
Yes, which actually, when I went in to look at the amp, isn't a Plexi anyway, so I've got no idea. But it sounds okay, right?
Oh, we have a question.
We have a question.
From Doctor Who.
Ryan Joseph asks, is there any word on bringing back the Chapman MLV?
Yes, absolutely. It will happen come hell or high water because I'm a massive V fan. And as I say this, I'm staring at our marketing manager and my boss, quite frankly. Because I think the V is an important... But ultimately, it really depends on whether you guys want a V. So if you really want a Chapman V, you need to let us know in the commentary section. Then we'll add them all up, and then we'll just, you know...
We need to have our sort of take on a V, don't we? We can't just rip off a V.
No.
We've got to just come up with our
vibe
of it.
For me, I think it would be so cool to do a semi-hollow V. Semi-hollow, hardtail, beautiful top, you know, nothing stupid and fancy.
Semi-hollow V.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Just to get the weight down, or just because you think it looks cool?
I just think it would sound cool. I think it would have that beautiful woody overtones and singing sustain.
Knows that doesn't, you know,
imagine,
doesn't make any difference. To
imagine it makes a difference. Tone wood makes a difference. Imagine that as a V.
Yeah, I mean,
even in that colour. I call this Michael Bay red. It's like a Transformers the movie colour.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So no V in the immediate future, but V is for victory, right?
Yeah, but we have got some really exciting stuff in the immediate future. When I say immediate, I mean like January.
Well, I thought this was this is immediate. This is like August, isn't it? August, September.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
pretty immediate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marzio Grava asks, what's your favourite one amp does all amp?
Marzio Grava. Now, therein lies, is there such a thing as one amp does all? Because I think if you have you have the choice with amplifiers if you do jack of all trades, master of none, or
depends on how many pedals one is allowed to sneak onto a board and enjoy throwing up it, like we did earlier.
I think Mesa Boogie do probably something like a Mesa Boogie Mark V, which is now on like the Mark 7 or something, does probably the best job of sort of doing, you know, being able to dial in everything. But I still feel if you go down that route, you end up either having an amplifier that does loads of good tones, but not one great tone, or you have an amplifier that's so fiddly to use, you struggle to find that great tone.
I'll give you an answer, which would be, I don't want a really quality high-end amp to do everything, because what you want a high-end amp is to do a specific task. But if I was going to have an amp that did kind of everything, it would be more of the Katana type thing.
So shout.
Because for a lower budget, you get a clean, a crunch, a gain, a couple of different variants and all the effects. So
I think there's a lot to be said as well. Your speaker choice. You know, I would have if I was just getting the best of the best, the speaker I would have for a clean amp would be different to the speaker I'd have for a driven amplifier.
Greenbacks.
So therein lies a problem of, you know, being able to have one amp that does everything. But I think as we demonstrate all the time on this channel, getting a good pedal platform amplifier and then having pedals to enable you to sort of try and get a good range of tones. Shout on the Katana though. You could just, like Katana or Katana Artist or that kind of vibe, or even the stuff we're using today, you know, this Quad Cortex or Kemper. Again, I sort of feel you're in that, you know, you can have a really, really good version of absolutely everything, but if you just want the best version of anything, you still have to go and have that one tool. That's
funny enough, before we went live, I said to Lee, what do you think is the best sound we've ever had? And for me, there are 2 amps that stick out. One of them was the 2 Rock. We had a high gain 2 Rock that I played something on, and it just was amazing.
That was about 10 or 12 years ago, and I don't think they make it anymore. And it was, you know what, it'll be on your channel. It was one of the fairly small, all black, like 22 watt.
Yeah.
I forget what it was called.
It sounded immense. And then the Yngwie Malmsteen Marshall Head. I really like that one.
That was out of control amplifier. You know what? I tend to find that the best things that we get are, it's when the vibe is right.
Yeah.
So you're playing a guitar you like, you're playing a lick you like in a jam that you like.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden
we've had just enough
works.
coffee.
Yeah.
Not too much food, so we're tired. Like the Fender Machete, remember that?
Yes.
That was a sick amplifier.
Yeah, it was a good amplifier.
Yeah. Question.
Speaking of amps, a question for Rob. Do you still use your Victory Silverback or your prototype Silverbacks from back in the day?
I wish I could, but they're in England.
Oh.
So all of my life's belongings got stuck into, thank you, Max Taylor Grant, for doing this. My very good friend and ex-tour manager whacked everything I owned into a storage facility in England, and there it is still remaining. And when I finally finish buying a house in Malta, which is happening really soon, I'll ship it all over and have a giant unboxing ceremony. But at the moment, I just...
Silverback.
Yeah.
What a great name for
It's an amazing amplifier. At the moment, I use the Atomic Amps Firebox Mark II for everything, pretty much.
He's downsized. It's like when you lived in a sort of a 27 bedroom mansion and you just moved into a studio flat where every single thing's in one room.
I got a question for Lee.
Go on, then.
Do you know what this colour's called?
Well, obviously green, but have we got a typically awesome Chapman name for green?
We might have.
What is it?
Goblin Blood Green.
Of course. It does look like a goblin kind of green.
You know, from
Who's
like
your
Warhammer.
favourite goblin of all time?
My favourite goblin? I'm not sure. I don't know who you're talking about. My favourite goblin, probably the Goblin King, you know, under the mountain from The Hobbit. Was what I was thinking. Yeah, technically he's a goblin.
Yeah.
Not many goblins in Lord of the Rings. They're mainly orcs. But yeah, that sounded like us talking.
It is. We can hear ourselves in another room on like a 20-second delay or something, but that's okay.
I think I'm right in saying that this is an alternative 8. Are you familiar with that humbucker?
Are we going in? We're doing this, are we now?
I just thought I'd point that out because I think it's interesting.
I've not seen these before. I've got a bit of paper on the floor that's
really odd having a co-owner of this guitar company that's not seen some of the guitars.
You know me. I mysteriously, sort of creep round behind the scenes. Okay. So Ghost Fret, when did Ghost Fret? I remember when it came into production. It was like a dream guitar of Rob's, and the reason it's called Ghost Fret was because the original idea had no frets, right?
I wanted to have the bass strings fretted and the treble side unfretted, so that you could be like that was the plan. Because it's hard to stay on target with the rhythm playing, but it's forgivable to be a bit out with your lead.
But anyway, so that didn't happen. So we did a normal fretted version of the Ghost Fret, and then that came out the catalogue about 5 years ago, maybe? Feels like a long time ago, I think.
Yeah.
And then kind of, I guess, we just waited for enough people to sort of go, we're going to miss it, like that. And then
that was me.
Come back.
It was only me.
So, wow, some spec, right? So we've got a Corina, Corina body.
Yeah, so the reason we've gone with Corina is because the very first prototype Ghost Fret we ever made, that Jade and Rose made for us, was a Corina-bodied guitar. And I figured,
the whole thing, top and...
Yeah, it's just a
Corina. Lump of Corina.
Yes, it's a 14-piece body made of skin. It's just Corina. Wow. And it's, have a feel. Careful, it might fly away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Corina, when you get Corina, like Flying Bees, not... Can you? Sorry, Pete.
Hey.
Pete, it's me in my ear.
Yeah, it's literally. Anyway, sorry, man. We just literally had everything we were saying about 5 minutes ago just come out. Quite
It was
loud
like
in
one of
here.
those fever dreams.
Anyway, sorry about that, chaps. So yeah, I was just going to say, whenever you pick up like a Gibson or an Epiphone Carina V as opposed to a regular mahogany,
Yeah.
it feels light. So that's that. Then we've got our Stealth headstock.
Yeah, stealth.
I like it. Hip shot tuners, locking tuners.
Here they are. They lock. Open gear.
A
brass
roasted
bits.
maple neck.
Yeah, that's why it smells like hazelnuts.
Graphtec nut. Obviously, it's a set neck. Macassar ebony fretboard rolled edges, importantly. Stainless steel frets. Pretty flat fretboard, gone 13.5-inch radius flat fretboard. And then we've got a Seymour Duncan distortion in the neck, which is a ceramic pickup. And you're right, an Alnico 8. Holy moly, that's so, like, if Alnico 5 is one
Alternative
level,
8.
Alnico 8, but it's saying it's an Alnico 8 magnet, unless that's a typo on here. Wow.
Might be
yeah,
not.
Seymour Duncan Alternative 8 Trembucker. It's a hotter, so the bridge pickup is hotter than the neck pickup.
Oh yeah. Let me show them. So on the neck,
that's
on the
it,
neck,
that's
it's
the
like
spec.
this. On the bridge.
Pushy pulley.
Sorry?
You got pushy pulley.
I have a pushy pulley, yeah,
Pushy
so
pulley.
I can push and pull.
There's a squealer. There's a squealer. So there's no top on here or anything like that. It's just a completely translucent.
Well,
you can
you're
see
looking at the top. It's a reveal binding Carina top, Carina body, beautiful goblin blood green ghost fret. I've got the blue one in Malta, and
It says blue, black, or green.
Yes.
What are the names? Come on, give me the names of the colours.
so
Can you even remember?
a bat, black bat.
I've got it here. Black Bat Shadow.
Yeah.
Ah,
Black bat shadow. Dave and I spent time thinking about these.
Sonic Boom Blue.
Sonic Boom blue and Goblin Blood green.
That's Pete Goblin. Just in case you wondered. Well, look, that's the. Can I have a go?
Absolutely.
Can I have a go?
Do you want me to tune it back to normal, not dropped?
If you want to, and then we'll have some more questions from you. Oh, there's a.
Mr. Digital John Collins says hi.
Hey,
Hi, Digital
what's up,
John.
Didge?
Okay, here you have that.
Apparently,
In
the
fact-
rumours about John are true.
but not that one. It's enormous.
And a really weird.
It's actually nicely balanced, isn't it?
It's really, really nicely balanced on a strap too. We worked really hard on that. So now it's just, it stays where you put it if you strap it on.
Nice scarf kind of paint job on there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Watching you play a green ghost fret is weird.
That's fine, isn't it? Do you know what? For a guitar that at first glance looks quite big, it's remarkably compact and light when you actually do sit and hold it. So,
Just like my wife.
oh, wow. Somebody's not going home for a day or two. Okay. I like that very much. How much are these?
Yeah.
Yeah. £1,100 or something like that. Anyway, what you
Let's
can
look
do...
at Dan until he knows the number.
Yeah, what you can do, I think, I'm looking at my watch now because it might be about 10 minutes before these are live on the Andertons website, but these will be on the Andertons website if they're not now, any minute now, and they're arriving in Andertons in August, and I guess from that time on they'll start turning up in all the Chapman retailers around the world. So, ooh! And with a gig bag, right, Dan?
Yeah, and strap locks.
Gig bag and strap locks.
And all the tools and a box. Comes with a box.
And our undying love and affection forever and ever and ever.
Come with the soft case.
Look at that. I like the...
And they come with a soft case.
I said that, gig bag.
Yeah, gig bag. Yeah, I call it a soft case.
I've just realised, yes, the strap button is here.
Yeah, we moved it. Yeah.
So, like, if I'm standing,
I'm not kidding you, Dave.
Makes it like naturally more cool looking, doesn't it?
What happened is Dave got a drill and
look.
he went ham on a body with
Oh,
a
so
drill.
I just had loads of strap buttons all over it. To see where
Until we finessed it and found the
Did
exact
it
place.
sound better though with more strap buttons on it?
You know, different strap buttons have a different kind of tonality. There's
do.
you've got to drop
They
them
do.
from a height onto a metal tray to really capture the frequencies.
Tones in the strap.
The strap has a lot to do
Tone
with
buttons.
it.
Okay,
That's right.
I like it. Let's have some more questions from you, the viewers.
Ned's Donut Shop asks, does Rob still have his dreadlocks in a box somewhere?
No,
I've got them.
I actually
He left them here when
No,
he
I
decided
actually-
he didn't like them anymore.
He sleeps with them every night.
I sold them. And I gave the money to Little Princesses, which is a cancer charity for kids.
Wow. I bought them for... No, I didn't. It's, yeah, I mean... Wow, how long ago did the... Let's go through the hair of Rob over the ages. So
When I first met you, I had
long,
down
straight,
to my
glossy,
ass.
black, beautiful Timotei hair.
That's what
I
got
still
me the
think that was
job.
the best look you ever had.
Okay.
With your black Terminator glasses like
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
some sort of, you know,
Yeah.
like you'd driven up, like you'd come in on a Harley Davidson, part of some sort of Hell's Angels clan, as opposed to getting the bus up from Trowbridge.
Yeah, actually, it was more of a vintage Volvo.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Which, in fairness, we did have fun making. Do you remember the
Yes.
video when we
Oh,
dressed
yeah.
as like a Steel Panther knockoff band? No, who were we?
So funny.
Wildebeest and such and such. And we.
You were Wildebeest.
No, I wasn't. You were Wildebeest.
I was Wildebeest.
I was.
Live in your eyes.
Yeah, like who was I? First person to comment wins nothing. Richie
Sambuca.
Sambuca.
Sambuca,
Richie
that's it.
Sambuca.
Yeah.
And where you are asleep in the skip, or I'm asleep in the skip, or whatever.
But how funny that since that happened.
No, this is Taylor's going. Yes, we had a slight reformation of that band. Like this was the OG of that.
Since
band.
that happened, one of our friends has replaced Richie Sambora,
Yes.
and I now work with Steel Panther.
Small, and I'm still here.
The
making
weirdest. What a strange timeline we live in.
What have you got now for us, Oz?
We've had a $20 donation.
Woo!
What?
Thank you.
What are we going to do with that?
I think we'll give it all away to charity.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
They say, have a couple of beers on us. Great to see you guys back.
Well, we'll have the beers though.
We'll have the beers, but I'll pay for
And we'll
them,
give it
and
to charity.
All the donations we will give to. We normally give to Teenage Cancer Trust. You okay with that?
That's what I gave my hair to, so that makes perfect
Happy
sense.
days,
Well,
right,
Little
so-
Princesses, which was different vibe, but the same
So yes,
deal.
please, if you want to donate, we'll definitely read your question.
What was
out
the
and
name
we'll
of the
give
person
money
that
to
donated?
charity.
Autism rocks.
Good man.
Ah,
Or
thanks,
woman.
dude. I did a solo for their track. Mika's an amazing musician.
I remember. Okay.
We've got a lot of people asking about Miku. If we're going to hear Miku today.
Do you know what? I nearly bought Lee a Miku t-shirt from HMV yesterday, but I didn't quite know the size. so
We
I
can
wasn't
show
sure.
you. We can show you R2 Miku if you want. We've got R2 Miku
you?
still. Yeah. Oz is going to get it. I would get up and get it, but I'm.
Can
I
I?
feel
I'm
like
just
if
going to
I-
quickly.
While I do that,
Yes.
Can someone ask Rob, what is the status of the Gus album? Chris Benton.
We still have another 2 tracks to complete. There was kind of like no hurry, no rush, no time deadline to release the tracks.
Your favourite Bob Marley song?
Yeah. No hurry, no rush, no problem, no time. Yeah, no, because Gus is super busy. I'm quite busy, and we just take our time getting stuff out. But it's oh, that's amazing.
There it is, R2 Miku. So it's still here. Honestly, I don't think this has actually been plugged in for many years. But if you want to plug it in, Rob, that you're welcome to R2 Miku.
Mate,
I tell you what,
dude.
if we get to $100 worth of donations in this video, Rob will do a Miku solo.
I'll swallow
You
it.
have to play the song again.
Yeah, we need to do the. No, we got it. No, the police song.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that is what you were singing.
Couldn't you tell from the perfect intonation?
Should we talk about another Chapman guitar?
Yeah, well, look, here's one. It's nice, isn't it?
So, 3 years ago now, we did a 10th anniversary guitar called the ML1X, I don't know, ML Pro X or something like that. And it was the first time I think we'd done like an HSS, it was super popular. So we've kind of revisited that, but not just in the ML1 familiar shape, it's now also in the ML3 familiar shape.
And this concludes our 10th anniversary celebrations.
46 years later.
Yeah, no more X's.
Got us COVID, you know.
Yeah. We had a little a pause while people got ill.
Can I read you the spec?
You can.
So, mahogany body, obviously a flat top rather than arch top. Straight heritage headstock. Hip shot tuners.
As in not angled. And
I see. So you're not talking about its orientation. You're saying
it's a traditional headstock variant, not angled.
Hip shot locking tuners, Graphtec nut, roasted maple neck with the Mikasa ebony board and the rolled edges, stainless steel frets, glow in the dark side dots, 25.5-inch scale length. Same 13.5-inch radius, so kind of on the flatter side of things.
Classic stacks.
Then we've got Seymour Duncan flat Strat Alnico 2 pickups in the neck and middle, and a Seymour Duncan HB Trembucker Alnico 2 in the bridge. So these are a lower output set than you would get on something like this, so it's more of your sort of blues rock machine rather than maybe your out and out dirty monster.
Yeah.
Gig bag. Wilkinson trem. Actually, the Wilkinson trem is cool. I like that. Anyway, that is the same spec, by the way, whether you do ML1 or ML3. It is just the body shape that changes. I like it.
There's no difference apart from the shape of the body.
Colours are great too. Got an awesome looking gold here. There's a great looking silver.
Where's the silver one? The
silver one.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
That looks great. Is the black just gloss black, or is
it's a metallic black?
Oh, it's a metallic black. Ooh,
yeah.
Are they bound as well? Oh, you got like a cool cream binding.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
There are two of these out in the wild right now. One of them's with Luke Grech.
Yeah,
one of them is with Joey Z, the amazing guitar player for Nick West.
I've seen a bit of him on the old InstaWeb. Then if you like the ML1 shape, you know, the more super stratty kind of shape, beautiful dark metallic red, there's a blue and another black, I guess metallic black again, right? Is that the blue? Yeah. So it's not just blue, it's flip-tastic.
Flip it, look at it. Which colour did you want? Yes.
Oh man.
We supply.
Guitar. Is it the whole guitar? Is flip-flop the whole way round? Oh, that's rude.
That's rude.
Can you put that on a stand for me whilst I just have this? Now the tremolo systems on these are, you have a little Allen key on the back to adjust the, and we haven't done that yet, so apologies for my flaccid tremolo arm. It looks great. Yeah, that reminds me.
Is that your first time playing that guitar? Look at the inlays.
Oh, they're great. Like a moon. It's like a what do you call it when there's a
waxing moon?
A thing where an eclipse.
Yeah,
it's like the eclipse, isn't it? Where the moon goes in front of the sun.
That's because the moon is a spacecraft that delivered us to Earth from our previous location.
Go on, related questions.
Thomas asks, what lefties are we getting and what about basses?
I actually just took a photograph with a lefty workshop.
Oh,
Chapman.
I think we've had a technical problem here with the live stream. And
we can talk about basses. We can talk about bass guitars because there's a bassist here who does a lot for Chapman. And then also our head designer is a bassist. And then also Jimmy from Tiger Cub was like, are you going to make basses in? Because I really want one. So basses are on the cards, aren't they? In fact, some things may have been slightly designed already, but may need a tweak. And nothing's going to happen immediately, but there's definitely going to be low end.
Yeah, the new signature stuff's taken and pushed back,
yeah.
Back a little bit.
Yes.
And left-handed, or is that just...
Buddy Blues has donated $20.
Well done, buddy.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
He's coming over. We have to get him.
And oh, there we are. An excuse not to talk about left-handed guitars as well. So let's jam.
Okay, ready?
I'm jamming it. Oh, we go. Hey, okay.
C. I'm kidding. That, I'm going to take the tremolo because it's annoying. That's
me.
one of your favourite Chapmans, isn't it?
That, I think sometimes flip colours are a bit Marmite sometimes, aren't they? But that is going from like my favourite colour purple to my favourite colour blue. I remember a TVR Chimera driving past Andertons about 25 years ago in this colour, and it was sort of burned onto my brain about what a badass looking car that was.
Was that one of the Decepticons?
It might have been even more than 25 years ago, you know. But yes, who remembers the TVR Chimera in this kind of colour? Wicked. Good job.
Andrew McNamara donated 20 quid. Says lovely guitars, great charity.
Thanks,
and
dude.
Love the informative videos of your channel. Keep it up.
Thank you,
so
Andrew.
much.
That's really kind
What
of
a
you.
lovely man.
Yes, what a lovely thing
We've
to
also
say.
had a lot of people talking about the Danish Pete.
Oh, we may have one of those here for you.
Slide one of these in.
Yeah, he's making all of them in left-handed, apparently.
Pete told me he's going to relearn to play left-handed just so that we have to make left-handed guitars. Can I give you? In fact, have you got? Oh right, we've got another
I've
stand.
used up
Incoming.
all of my stands.
That's right. Literally, Oz did himself an injury there just
Thanks,
trying to
Oz.
get in.
Good.
So, this is a labour of love, isn't it? When you get a guitar player like Danish Pete, who's so synonymous with the Telecaster, and then he decides to sort of try and make a guitar that obviously is inspired by that Telecaster.
Quite inspired.
You kind of know that there's absolutely no point doing this if he just goes back to playing the original Telecaster.
And I think it's fair enough to say that Pete's quite a stickler for what he likes.
Yes. So this has probably had more prototypes made for it and more tweaks to it than any other guitar we've ever done to try and get this right. But it's nice to finally say that it's signed off and will be available as both a British-made guitar, British-made first, right?
Yeah.
And also part of the kind of the regular range as well, which is exciting. Yeah. And in terms of, I mean, to be fair, I'm sure, you know, Pete's been talking about this, but it's, what's cool as well is that we've done an OEM, like as in he's got his signature Monty's set, which are amazing, British-made, and that's what's going to be on the British-made one. But we've managed, working with Trev Wilkinson, to do a set of more affordable pickups that'll go in the regular guitar.
Trev is an absolute genius.
Yeah, but that sound bloody great as well. So we're not, you know, there's no real sense that if you just buy the regular one that you've really compromised massively on the guitar. Yeah. But I will definitely play this. I mean, again, go check out Pete's Instagram channel or other Chapman videos that he's been in where he's played this, but this is, I mean, it's so light, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really
But in
nice.
fact, one of the prototypes we made, Pete said it was too light. Do you remember that?
Yes, one of the early ones, yeah, absolutely. And you know what the weird thing was? It was made of wood, but it was so light that you picked up and went, that can't be wood, can
That's
it?
right.
And but it was. But what wood was that?
Was it pine?
No, I think it was. It wasn't
Balsa,
balsa wood.
yeah.
No, it wasn't
Cork.
balsa.
It was just corks
It was
taped
it was,
together. I thought it was a kind of pine. It was
It
pine,
was
yeah.
pine,
there
was
you
it?
go.
But it was
Because
so
some of the original
light.
tellies were made
Yeah.
of pine as well. Yeah. Of course,
so we'll
that
have a
wood
play.
makes a big difference to the way it sounds.
No, it doesn't. Rubbish. Sorry, yes, Oz.
Steely Sam says.
Steely Sam.
Steely Sam donated $5 and said, "Love
Thanks, Tim.
guitars. Will there be a new Cap 10 model?"
8-string.
Baritone
8-string.
If you lean over there, Rob, see the third one in from the end.
The
That is
white
the original Cap.
one. Okay,
10.
going for the ridge.
And then it kind of, its second evolution of this had more contoured edges, so it became more stratty, I suppose. And I suppose, yes, at some point or other we'll bring this back, but I probably want to do it more like the OG one again, rather than, because I kind of feel,
Why not do a T-type version?
well, to be honest with you, the HSH thing is a guitar, I really, really like that pickup combination.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think when we went the second variant of that, when it went sort of almost very Fendery, it sort of lost its Chapman DNA,
nice.
you know,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
and so I kind of feel it needs to go back to that. But as with all these guitars, I think whether they come back into the catalogue or not is largely down to how much interest does there appear to be from you guys on social media. But yes, I would like at some point or other. Did I tell you the story? I did eventually find out the story behind the Blue Man sticker.
No.
So it turned out that the Blue Man sticker had been used on a fashion brand.
Fashion.
Yeah, fashion. It wasn't shoes, which I originally thought it was. It was a clothing brand. And it was a guy who'd had this little clothing brand, sold a few bits, I guess, on the internet or whatever, maybe even pre-internet, but like it never really happened for him. And he'd just given up and he'd gone back to do something else. But he contacted me on the internet. He was just in a completely different line of work now. And
Did he want money?
There was this sort of conversation. I'm trying to remember now. I think he had like a maybe English mum and an Italian dad or something like that. So he was hopping between the two countries. He said, next time I'm in England, we should maybe talk about it. And then I'd totally forgotten. I haven't thought about it for the last 3 years. Whatever.
Buy a boatload of stickers from him, and then you can do a reissue with the actual sticker.
I'm not entirely sure that it would be possible to copyright just a stick drawing of a blue man. Could probably just do it anyway. But that was the story. Yeah.
May I have that Diego 7 behind you?
You may. Tell me about Diego. And then, this is great as well. If you haven't noticed, look, see here. We do listen eventually.
Sometimes there is a listening.
Can I get through a couple of donations before we get into
Yes, please.
Really?
Luke McFarlane says, just showing the love,
Dude.
lads. I need to see that Green Ghost fret soon. Now you've got to do that police track on the Miku.
Have we made $100?
Well,
if we
not
have,
far
then-
off now, are we really?
Not far away.
Thank you, Luke.
Yes,
Rub
thank you.
Smoke and Sauce said, Rob, ever received barbecue meat through the post?
Not yet.
Sorry, what was his name? Rob?
Smoke and Sauce.
Rob or Rub?
Rub.
Rub, Smoke and Sauce.
£2 donation and said, ever received barbecue meat through the post?
I mean, look, I live in Malta. If you can post me meat to Malta, then I'm down. I'm down, man. Rub me up and down and... Yeah. I mean, why not? I had an uncle in Norway posted me a salmon once. It was frozen.
100 penguins.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah, they do that.
The penguins.
It wasn't a penguin.
Is that it? Okay, so come on. How did this relationship start and what guitar have we ended up with?
Okay, I'm a big fan of a band called Lacuna Coil. It's an Italian metal band. And not only am I a big fan, my wife is a big fan of this band too. And at the NAMM show, the guitar player casually walked up and I was like trying to maintain my cool. But I didn't need to because he was such a lovely, down-to-earth guy. His name's Diego. And actually, he was just kind of joining the band. And he wasn't sure if he was a permanent fixture in the band or not. And we had this conversation. He was like, I don't know whether they're going to let me stay or not. Obviously, he stayed. He's altered the sound of the music in this beautiful way, kind of modernized it. And he's such a unique, amazing riffster and rhythm master. I was like, we've got to make you something. And so this is the creation that we've made for Diego from Lacuna Coil. It's the MLP7DGO. I think that rolls off the tongue.
Is he doing a 6 and a 7 string with us, or just a 7?
Just
a 7.
Just a 7 at the moment. It's absolutely beautiful, really kind of understated.
Kind
which
of
is
based
what
on the ML1 design, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit like the original ML1, but then you'll notice that the headstock is a bit of a tweak on the Ghost Fret headstock, the Guardian. So it's kind of tweaked. It's got this cool logo here.
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan of Lacuna Coil, so this is probably right up your alley. And then we've got the blood red infinity symbol.
What's he put pickup-wise on this?
Yes.
I thought so. Shall I look it up?
Yeah, I think it's just Pegasus and Sentient 7, isn't it?
It is a Duncan Distortion 7 in the
That's what I
neck.
thought.
Sorry, in the bridge, and a Duncan Distortion in the bridge. So pretty high output pokey humbuckers. It is a black limber solid carved top with a mahogany body.
Oh, is it black limber?
It is indeed.
The limb of 1,000 enemies.
The red inlays are awesome.
It's a good looking guitar, isn't it? Is that just the one colour? Yep. I like it.
But
I like
it's
the kind of fade on it.
so
to sort of
fit. Listen, I'm not going to be doing it justice through this sorry, Kemper, I do love you, but it's not going to sound great through this Kemper.
Can we hear Diego?
You can hear Diego on his album.
Yeah,
which is
he's got these
huge.
already, has he?
Yeah.
Lacuna Coil, pretty heavy, lots of face paint.
Yes.
Female singer.
Yes.
Yes. Never heard of them.
They're all beautiful.
I'm joking. I've absolutely heard of them, but I've not
Italian.
yet really listened to any of it. So
super
should
Italian.
I?
You
Would I
should
like
listen to that. I think you should listen to Sword of Anger.
Okay.
The Sword of Anger. It's just amazing, man, honestly.
I'll do it.
It's beautiful metal music. It's metal music that moves you slightly emotionally as well, which is not unusual. But
who would you say they are a bit like that I would be familiar with? Or is it just not on my listening radar at all?
I don't think you're... I mean, I don't know how many metal bands you're familiar... They've
Bon
got
Jovi?
like...
No,
They're
joking.
like... No, like elements of the new album are like sort of 10% Meshuggah.
Okay.
But with melodic vocals. And,
Is it proggy?
From Miscabia.
Is it not really proggy?
No, not really. It's more just like great. Just like gurning, like...
I tell you who I did like, who again I hadn't really listened to too much until Bill Kelleher came over, was Mastodon. Is it anything like that?
No, but Mastodon are incredible. No, I mean, let's just be honest, it's nothing like Mastodon.
It's easier if I just go and listen. I'll just get my spade and dig myself out of my
yeah.
hole.
But it's... So I can't play it for Toffee, but if I could, imagine it would sound great. That's how not to play this 7.
Well, I will 100% stick that on Apple Music
Feel the
later
neck.
on and
I demand you feel the neck.
stream
Just
at
feel
least 3 songs so that Diego is...
That's right.
Like-
Feel this leg and tell me it doesn't feel like a...
I don't know how anyone plays 7 strings.
We've got a new donation from Will Gunter, who says, would you bring out a range of Chapman pickups?
Yes,
a
we
jolly
would.
good question.
And we were thinking about doing Chapman pickups through the brand Snake Oil, because we think that Snake Oil, we had a whole load of really cool names for Snake Oil pickups, and we feel like it's a brand that would just fit right with our ambition for Chapman pickups.
Pickups is a lot of Snake Oil, isn't it, though? I don't mean that as in
Well, I have to tread lightly here because I own a pickup company.
Yeah, I know.
now.
What I mean is, I don't think you truly know if a pickup is going to sound good, right for you, until it's in the guitar that you've got and you're playing it.
Yeah.
And so I kind of feel like one of the reasons why the team at Chapman have sort of kept going with Seymour Duncan so long is it kind of, you just want that reassurance, don't you, that you're sort of buying from a pickup brand that have been doing it a long time. I kind of feel like it would be relatively straightforward, I guess, particularly with someone with your ears, to develop a range of pickups and make them and then sell them under the snake oil thing.
And we already have a few pickups that I know that people really like,
Yeah.
that we designed in the past. Like the Henchman, for example,
Yeah.
the Guitar Nouveau. People ask if they can buy them from us aftermarket. So it's definitely something that we'll do, but we've got a lot to do already.
Yeah.
So
I think, should we just leave making pickups to the people that know what they're doing for the time being, and
For the
maybe
time
we'll
being.
do it in the future.
having said that though, if you would like to buy a pair of pickups from us and you think that snake oil is a good fit, please tell us, because it's really important that we get real feedback from people that would be interested in buying them.
Of course, I'm sure, you know, the Guitarmery thing that you're involved with, you know, if you want a sort of I suppose, to buy a pickup that Rob's had something to do with, then you could go and do that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Seymour Duncan, that's still for me, if I was to do the Cap 10, there would be no hesitation. I would just be like, yeah, I want the JB.
Jeff Beck.
It's not Jeff Beck, is it? It's the Jazzy Blues, believe it or not.
It's a joke.
It's not. No, but that's. Who told you?
We're live. We can't talk about that here.
It's so weird, isn't it? Well, there you go. The as far as I'm aware,
It's Mr. Jazz. Mr. Jazz.
the story was well, maybe
It's the saxophonist from the Muppet Show came out with the jazz one.
clearly we're changing the subject here because we're live, but that's okay. But I would have a JB, a jazz at the neck
For all the jazz that you play.
Well, but that's the thing. The jazz is just like a low output humbucker. It sounds amazing, and yeah, for all the jazz that I can't play, and just like a regular single coil, like the nothing special regular, well, just normal single.
Yeah. But you're right. You got to put it in the physics system to get the sound, and also what strings are you using? Because that makes a massive change. You know, you put in 8s on it, you put in 10 to 46, you put in 11s. What is it? Are they coated or not?
Or
you know?
are they?
What kind of frets? You know, what kind of pick are you going to be using? Are you going to hold the neck really hard so it can't vibrate, or are you going to hold it nice and
You're
soft?
going dangerously Trowbridge.
Mate.
I know you went there on
I'll tell you
purpose.
what it is.
Now you're struggling to come back.
It's because I've run out of liquid death. I don't know what to do with myself.
Do you
Sorry,
want
Oz
a
has
different
another
flavour
question.
of liquid death?
Can someone get me a different flavour of liquid death? With that, thank you so much. In preparation for my 3 beers later on. Oz, what's your question?
Steve Hatzman donated $20 and said, Rob, just listen to Flower of Life while in the car. Would be awesome to hear that riff. Thank you.
Oh man,
You remember it?
I would be honoured to play Flower of Life on Pete's guitar.
Do it.
Can I plug into my cable?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Which one was Flower of Life?
Oh wait, I'm plugged into your amp.
Huh?
Oh, that's fine. Let's swap. No, let's swap amps. It's even better. There you go. It's funnier.
Now I'm confused.
Wait.
Don't shake it. I was going to go every now and opens that.
Oh yeah, boy,
no.
Liquid Death. In my favourite colour green.
Secretly, this is an excuse for us to drink Heineken and Special Brew under the
tell you what.
auspices that it's just fizzy water.
I've been hydrated before.
Oh,
But
shut
something about this hydration just hits the cells different, you know what I mean?
No. Move on.
All right, so can I play?
Oh, sorry, yeah. Did we say when we might actually release these?
UK one's October, the production by the end of the year.
Did you hear that? So UK ones October this year, the sort of production ones by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Again.
And the solo had some kind of Phrygian dominant type vibe, something like that. It's nice, this guitar, Pete. we should make one. Yeah, it's great.
Diego Alessandro is in the chat.
Hey!
Hello.
Yes. Did he want to say anything? Berate me for my lack of knowledge about.
His surname isn't Alessandro.
Oh, so it's a different Diego.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So, yes.
He says, I want one of those Diegos, you'll never guess why.
Yeah, his surname is Cavallotti.
Fine. Apologies.
But it was.
Damn you.
But it was really fun to see Lee.
Where's the dump button?
You got me.
There isn't one.
That was my most fun part of this entire show so far. I want to play this.
I just assumed anyone called Diego must be the guitar player from Lacuna Coil. Damn it. But it's the way you said it. It's he's joined the chat.
I read it so
Oh, reverse, yeah. We've been asked to talk about the reverse. Can you pass me a reverse, please? Actually, not the flip, the other colour, because I haven't played the other colour. Here, no, not that one, mate. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, the red one.
All right, yeah, no, all right, put me talking about that. Also, I was talking to Lee recently and suggesting that we shoot a video in French at some point for any of our French viewers, because I speak French,
Sacre bleu!
and I know that Lee has French family, so he was brought up around the French language. I thought it might be fun for us one day to do a video in French for our French friends.
Absolutely.
If you're French and you would enjoy that experience, please let us know in French.
In French, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I must admit, I think Pete and I probably for the last 5 years have been, not just Pete and I, loads and loads of comments have kind of gone, please, could you just do like a headstock that's the traditional way up.
Yeah,
And
that's the polite way of them saying it, yeah.
Yeah, and I get that because I kind of feel like, as much as I feel the reverse headstock thing is completely justified and has been ever since Jimi Hendrix first flipped his guitar around, and you've got tons of other guitar players that have that, as Nuno Bettencourt, all that kind of stuff, have that as their standard sort of thing. There's even some sense that the longer the longer that the bass strings are past the nut has a different tonality and sort of tension.
That's why I did it originally with the MO1.
But I
the
think
nut ring.
if your number one go-to guitar is not a reverse headstock guitar, and you pick up a reverse headstock guitar, you are sort of going, oh yeah, hang on, sorry, the tuners are the wrong way around. So it has been something that certainly I know a number of of Chapman fans, and Pete and I have kind of been going for a while now. Please, could we just have one guitar?
And I went, all right.
All
right.
So actually, there's more than one guitar now because you've got the DPT coming.
Yeah.
But yes, the classic Thinline Pro.
And we call it the reverse.
Because it is.
It's a reverse.
It's absolutely. It's a
what
double
it is.
negative headstock.
Yeah.
You can't play that now. You can only play that. So, as well as having the right way round headstock, a cool ML3 shape in the semi-hollow, which we've done before, which is cool. P90 and a humbucker, all Seymour Duncan. Four-way switch though, and this is where it gets kind of cool. So you've got your three traditional Telecaster
It's not
style.
a humbucker. It's a single coil.
Didn't say that, did I?
You said P90 and a humbucker.
I do apologise.
It's all right.
I
No, it's fine.
apologise.
We all make
P90
mistakes.
and a single coil. I
Yeah.
got too excited because one of the modes on the four-way switch has got the humbuckery kind of vibe to it.
It has.
So the normal three-way Telecaster switch, the fourth position or the extra position that you get, takes the two pickups and wires them in series rather than parallel to make it effectively like a wide, far apart humbucker.
Should we do the tones then?
Yes.
So here's all the way down on the bridge.
In fact,
fat.
I can't. I can't remember which of the 4 positions is the humbucker one.
Well, we'll find out when we get there.
Yeah. Are we in here still? Let me take all the distortion off. I think it's P90, 2 pickups but traditional Telecaster wiring.
Louder.
Humbucker. Normal. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Which I should say, I wouldn't say we sort of borrowed that, but it was the Fender Baja Telecaster did that about 10 or 15 years ago, and I always thought that was an uber cool feature.
You know, that's uber cool.
So looks like you should be sitting on a park bench, basically, basically having weed yourself in a set of 15-day-old
That's tonight, Lee.
Oh dear. This is spring water, everybody. Spring water from a company called Liquid Death.
We're going for a bit of a Chapman meal drinks tonight, so we're just getting ready for it with our Liquid Death hydration. That's what we're doing there. So this is really light and resonant.
I love that guitar. I must admit that is going to be a favourite of mine, especially because it comes in some groovy colours, which are, in fact, comes in loads of cool colours. Holy mother of moly. There's like a black sparkle, there's like a coral kind of, in fact, here are the colours. Classic black metallic, candy red metallic, which we've got a red guitar somewhere here. Oh, that one, funnily enough. Ice blue metallic, purple metallic, and aren't there a couple of other colours coming towards the end of the year? Okay, are we allowed to say what they are yet?
Yeah.
Gold?
Like a lime green, like a neon orange as well.
Lime green and neon
Lime
orange.
green, neon
oh
orange,
my
yeah.
God.
And they've got the mixture of the rosewood and the maple neck.
So these are Seymour Duncan vintage P90 and a quarter pounder.
Yeah, quarter pounder.
Great.
Yeah.
Anyway, these will all be on the Andertons website, by the way. You can have a look if you want to. Do you want some gain?
Yeah, gain it up. Let's just.
I'm interested in the comments section. When I remember when we talked about how to wire these, should all the way to the back be the humbucker mode, or should all the way to the back just be the Telecaster mode?
It just looks wrong if it doesn't look what it is.
Yeah, and that's that. There was no consensus in the team, so I think we just went with what you might expect to be. But I'm half tempted. I think if I was buying that, I'd be half tempted to wire it so that actually the back position. But that's something you could.
But this is
any
clever.
guitar tech can do.
This is
it's
super
really
clever.
Cool.
If you put that in a duck's brain, it would fly backwards.
It's a great bridge as well. Is that Wilkinson? Oh,
yes. Wilkinson parts. Trev put his fingers here to press down these bolts. And,
what other questions have we got, Mr. Oz?
These are straight.
We do have a £10 donation from Zayn Ashraf.
Thank you, Zayn.
Thank you, Zayn.
Says, what advice would you give to a teenage guitarist who wants to take their band to the next level? Any Instagram tips?
Drugs.
Instagram tips.
So
I got a tip that has nothing to do with social media. Lock yourself in a room with the drummer and play for hours, but with earplugs, and just learn to play as a band and make loads of mistakes, because it doesn't matter if your Instagram game is good or bad. If you can't play live, then it's all hype until you actually go out and play. So you want to get used to sticky floors in cheap pubs. Also learn how to be a really good support act. So how to get in the stage, set up super fast, pack down super quick, because if you can be a really good support band, your chances of getting support work is way higher.
We are also past the £100 mark in donations.
Woo!
Does that mean,
Right.
Does that mean Miku?
Yeah. Give us another question then.
Oh,
Whilst
yeah.
do you want to just scramble around on the floor and plug us in a Miku, Mr. Oswaldo? Whilst I
actually wanted to buy one of these at one point, but they'd all sold out.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did
I
the chicken
don't-
cross the road?
I don't know.
Unless there was a donation with that, I'm not answering it.
Why?
It wasn't a donation.
I need to know. Why did it?
I don't know.
It's just to
Oh,
get to the other
come
side.
on.
Why did the hedgehog cross the road? To see his flatmate.
I need
Sorry.
I need another one to plug in.
We're getting that. We're
Oh,
on it. We're
okay,
on
okay,
it.
okay.
Could I perhaps
If
go back
I
into
voted-
my sounding side?
Yeah, all right.
'Cause
it's not gonna
I
make a
want
difference.
the pink cable.
Here you
if-
go. There's the
please.
pink one.
Thank you.
If I... but wait,
yeah.
you put R2D2 over the instructions. How am I going to know
What were
which
the?
one?
What were the? Oh, I remember it now. Was it we were playing?
So can you hold that for a sec?
Of course.
Thanks, Doctor Who.
Oh no.
That's it. Reenactment.
Oh, the feels.
I can literally hear everybody screaming out that those aren't the chords or whatever.
Doesn't matter.
But it's
Doesn't matter.
it's what I know it as, and it's what I played it in that video, so it's authentically wrong.
People don't realise you have to be able to play while laughing
Okay.
a lot.
We need power for it too.
Oh, power's down there.
Okay.
It's not plugged in either, Oz. So
Oh man.
oh my god, it's such a big stretch, this chord. It's also as well it's also the wrong chords to Purple Rain. Something like that. So it's coming, isn't it? What is the date? Can somebody look up the date that this happened originally? Is it more than 10 years ago? I think you need to turn it on. And is it okay with that much distortion? There you go, that's it.
I'm gonna keep turning it.
Literally, I almost feel like this is the version Puff Daddy should have released. Nice double bend. What is there? Do the chords go different for the chorus?
Do you want to hear some sweeping technique with this? Ready?
I nearly feel like we caused.
Guess the riff. Ready?
Okay, Guns N' Roses. Yeah.
Okay, you ready? I'll do another one for you.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I can accompany you again. Ready? So, hang on. What is it? I've got-
Do you know the chorus chords?
What?
sweet child of Miku.
Sweet child
Yes,
of
that's
Miku,
right.
absolutely. I
my-
do honestly feel like that when we did the Miku video, we were so sort of borderline culturally, what do you call it when it's just, you know, exactly.
I don't know what you're talking
and
about,
And I
Lee.
was thinking to myself, what are Korg going to say when this
Oh,
video
yeah,
comes
yeah.
out? And so when the phone call from Korg did come through, and I'm sort of going, oh no, this is so embarrassing, how many Japanese people have we managed to offend? They basically said, thank you very much. We've always made another 2,000 Miku pedals off the back of orders we've received since your videos come out. It's just like,
Someone said sounds like
okay.
bagpipes.
It does sound like bagpipes, doesn't it? But
It, actually,
there we
it's
go.
quite hard to play with it because it tracks everything you do with about a
Do you
second
know any,
of
do you know
latency.
any John Mayer? Can you play any sort of?
Can't play any John Mayer. I'm
What-
sorry.
what,
I could do. I mean, I don't really ever learn covers, to be honest with you. Anything, and I'll play lead. Oh, yeah.
So bad, isn't it? Can you? Is it really bad that in my head I'm now singing that song with a really bad Japanese accent as well?
I'll try and sing it. Do it.
Whoever asked for this has had more than their money's worth now. We should have set the limit at $1,000, not 100. That was brilliant, though. Brilliant? Natalie Brilliant. Wow. We just need to make it. Do you know what the other thing we did as well? We were so into this, not into it, but like so, it was such a huge part of our video sort of DNA.
Yeah.
Do you not remember that we found the software that makes the
Yeah.
Miku, and we tried to do our own
Yeah.
noises to make our own.
I really
Miku
thought that
pedal?
was going to be the best-selling product. If we could just get our voices, like, huh? Ah, it would have been amazing. But, you know,
Swear words.
yeah.
What is the time? It's only 22:05. I think we should wrap up at 5. So we've got about 20
Alright.
minutes left of. We'll just go full Q&A because there's not much else to tell you, or jams.
We need some more questions, guys.
Is there no more questions?
Like, we need to ask some more questions.
Get them to ask questions.
This is a great guitar, Rob.
Well, I'm glad you think so, sir.
That is fat.
I might just switch that off. Here you go, I got one for you. Ah.
looking guitar, man.
It's a better looking guitar than I'm a good looking person.
We got any questions?
Yes, we do. Max asks, is there any more plans for Floyd's on Yay, nay?
Yes.
Yes, no, yes,
Okay.
no.
I'd really like to do something that was reminiscent of the original Hot Rod,
Ooh.
but maybe, you know, sort of bare bones, simplistic. We did try. We tried really hard to do one. It didn't quite work out, and we never really released it. But I think the Hot Rod has legs. We could make it with legs.
Floyd's are that weird. Floyd Rose trem systems just get a bad name through cheap, badly set up. I think if
You
you're
give
gonna,
love a bad name.
I do give
Floyd.
I think if you're going to do the Floyd thing, you've really got to buy at least the middle of the range one, but preferably the
that's it.
top of the range one.
Yeah.
And you've really got to understand how to string it and tune it and set it up and clamp it and all that kind of stuff. Because I think when you hear all the stuff on the internet about, oh, I had this Floyd Rose thing and never stayed in tune and blah, 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 blah.
It's just the setup.
It's always either the cheap Floyd Rose, a lack of sort of understanding of how to set it up, and then ultimately how it is set up. So I don't know. I mean, I've seen Steve Vai doing stuff with his. I mean, his isn't a Floyd, is it? His is like the Ibanez version. Of
But
the
there
Floyd,
are some companies that make aftermarket parts that you fit with a Floyd that do some really cool stuff. Stainless steel parts,
but
coloured.
You know where Steve literally just balances the guitar on the arm and you go, that shouldn't be humanly possible.
But
for
you
that
know, a
to
lot of
stay in
that
tune.
is down to his guitar tech, who is phenomenal.
He is phenomenal.
You know, but yeah, I'd like to make a really simplistic single pickup guitar with a really good steel Floyd, and you pays your money, it takes your chance.
This is it. You see, I don't think there's anything with the right Floyd on it that would come out with much change out of £1,400 or £1,500.
Yep.
That's the problem.
I think
Isn't
you're
it?
right.
So I
But it
kind
would
of
be a
feel
good
like-
Floyd.
Anyway.
We've got Yogi the guitarist donated £5. Said no questions. Want to say it's lovely to see you both back on YouTube. All sounds and looks fab.
Thanks, man. We appreciate that. We should say we've just shot a load of really stupid stuff. I've been blindfolded for most of the morning.
We're green screening tomorrow. We're shopping in the store tomorrow.
Are you wearing your green screen suit?
Have we still got the gimp suit, the green gimp suit?
We have.
Wow, there you go. The great thing is with that is that you won't actually see me in the video, which is awesome.
Your face floating in the air.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have to be careful how much I eat tonight if I'm
Question
going.
for both of you. Joe Smith asks, who would be your ultimate 3 artists to play Glastonbury?
So 3 bands to headline, like what, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type thing at Glastonbury.
3 bands you want to see it.
Do they have to be alive, like, and playing still? Any band
Can I
ever?
go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Yabba, Bob Marley, Band of Gypsies, Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies, Sun, Moon and Rainbows.
Wow. John Mayer, and John Mayer. No, I would go.
Can you
honestly,
do Soundgarden for me?
No, honestly, who did I not get to see?
Jeff Buckley. Jeff
That
Buckley.
would be insane.
Yeah.
You had to go.
I want another go.
I would have Led Zeppelin.
Oh, Zed Zeppelin. Yes,
I'd have Led
mate.
Zeppelin. I would have.
What about the Beatles? The Kinks. Kid Kroll and the Coconuts.
No, mine's so boring. Mine's so boring. I'd just have I'd have Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. Actually, would I have Pink Floyd at Glastonbury? Would that be a bit of a
There's a gentleman that's
definitely
going
Led
round.
Zeppelin?
Come back to this.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just. Yeah.
Slayer. Glastonbury
5,
Slayer.
I'd have 5 Liberty X and and Steps.
Jojo.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jojo? What was that single
Blue.
she had that was really good? It was so catchy and you just couldn't get it out of your head for ages. It was, oh, it's just too little too late. That one. It was great.
I know
Thanks, Jojo.
as much of that stuff as I do of Lacuna Coil.
Oh, it's just too little too late.
Tom says, please no gimping.
Please no gimping.
No. Lee must always
It
gimp.
wouldn't be a,
the
it
last
wouldn't
time,
be a Chappers and the Captain if
No.
there wasn't at least a little bit of
the
gimping.
last time Lee gimped up, he was at the floor of my feet and he was manipulating my pedal for me.
Remember
was,
the wah-wahs
an
that would
emotion.
fly
That's
across the
right.
screen. And then you turn the green screen technology and it's just an overweight middle-aged man in a green gimp suit. It's basically carrying a wah-wah.
Steve from Boston asks, will we see you gents in NAM in January?
Absolutely. Chapman Guitars will be at the NAMM show in January. Steve from Boston, I know it just doesn't work, man. You've got to change your name back. Are you going to be at NAMM?
I haven't booked it yet, but definitely yes.
Okay, so Lee's going to come to the Chapman stand for 5 minutes and meet everybody that will be there.
I don't know what I mean, last time we did NAMM with the Andertons crew, it was just relentless, but I gather it's not quite like that anymore.
No, it's not relentless,
It's, a bit
it's
more
liquid
chilled
death.
out now, is it? I'm definitely going to do it though. Definitely going to do it.
We should say that at the NAMM show, we're unveiling something hugely special.
Oh, huge.
Huge.
Massive.
Giant piece of thing.
Enormous.
That's going to be unzipped. And it's going to go.
They're currently making the veil because it's so big.
There's no veil. But we're going to unveil it. And it's, for us, it's super, super important, super big. Probably one of the biggest things we've ever done. Probably.
Do I know what this is?
I mean, you should do.
Okay.
Trev says, is Lee using a QC?
Yes. Lee.
Under duress.
No, Lee is not anti any of this stuff. To be honest with you, I get it.
Did you just talk about yourself in the third person?
I was saying to Rob earlier in the day that
don't make me use it.
I think that because live music now is such an important income stream for musicians,
for you.
Whereas in the olden days, almost touring was this huge loss-making exercise to just sell millions and millions of records and nobody really cared. I almost feel like it's so important now that bands can tour and make money out of touring.
Yeah.
That you can sort of see why, the cost of touring with backline and a tech to sort it all out when it goes wrong and da-da-da-da is just nuts. And you can tour with a device like a QC and you can get like almost as good a sound. And I'm still going to say almost as good a sound because I'm yet to meet a pro touring guitarist that doesn't say it's almost as good, and no one in the audience will notice the difference between almost as good and perfect. They'll just hear perfect.
Yeah.
So,
well, I
get it, and it just why wouldn't you? Soundman, Bosch, go every night.
Chinese, Bosch.
Who's the guy on the on Instagram now that keeps popping out? Great big
Bosch.
Johnny,
Big John,
Bosch,
Big John,
Bosch.
He just makes me want to order Chinese all the
Doesn't
time.
he?
Not real Chinese food, English Chinese food.
English Chinese, but the English Indian food.
English Indian food is also great. Yeah. I recently played in Geneva using a firebox.
I know.
I turned up, put it on the floor, plugged it in, and that was it. And they went, "Do you want to do anything?" I'm like, no, that's it. That's all I want to do. Just on. And
I still, when somebody thrusts one of these at you and with 5 minutes to go says, right, come on, get yourself a sound then, that's where for me it all kind of starts to go, oh no, pressure, because I know over here, I can just go with 5 minutes, oh yeah, got my sound. Here I feel like I want to spend like hours getting the sound, but hey ho. It sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I did, in fairness, very, very quickly work out how to add pedals and stuff without feeling like I had to go, help me please. And I don't just mean I worked out which lights I had to switch on. I mean, I did actually go into the menus and add those pedals.
Well done, Lee.
I know. Look at that. Old people should be proud
He's
of
in
me.
stomp mode, so it's WYSIWYG. I use it in scenes, but either way it works.
Right. Should we just jam out on our favourite ones and then call it a day, unless there's any other questions? What did we eventually make for Teenage Cancer Trust? Come on. I sort of feel like anybody still watching this could just...
£108.56.
Go on. If you're watching this and you've got to spare $5 or £5, whack it in. Go
you
on,
know
we'll
what?
give it to Teenage Cancer
Why don't we
Trust.
match what they've contributed?
Oh, I knew you were going to say that, but okay, we'll match.
But
what, in real American dollar money over there?
Yes! Oh!
No.
We'll match it. We'll give it as well.
We've got to clean that up.
Oh!
I knew that was coming. I knew at some point during the day, but hey ho.
Someone asked Lee if you could play your signature.
Can you play your signature lick?
Is that it? What is it? I don't know. Wow, now, wow. What even is it now?
How is it that we all know you're singing?
What is it? What even
Okay,
is my...
look, I can't believe I'm going to fucking do this.
I can't remember it. What? Oh, that one. Yeah, sorry. See, Pete, literally, you know what happens when you get beaten and your memory blacks the bit out of it so that you...
Well, that's what it is.
That's what's happened.
Don't
to me.
play it
Pete,
again.
Pete
I
is
will take you to Denmark and feed you
he's
bacon.
so aggressively beaten out of me, but you're right.
Remember this shitty lick.
Another £5 donation. $10.
That's enough. That's enough. Literally, the beating that I'm going to go through once this video finishes is, you know.
Can I just say, if you've not tried one of these, you've got to try one of these.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I feel a bit the same about this.
it's connected with you, hasn't it?
Well, just, you know, I mean, it's just, I'm a simple man. I like simple things. This is doing it, right?
I'm a simple man, like simple things. Guitars, liquid death.
What is liquid death? Is that like when you fall into a blender? Somebody just presses the button.
The opposite of jizz, whatever that would be.
Don't say that, we're live. Oh my God. Dump button.
Loads of donations, guys.
Ah, really?
Really?
Oh, that's mental. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate
everybody.
that.
Yes, absolutely.
And listen, we're going to shoot a video tomorrow, which is kind of us looking back over 13 years.
We're doing the
of Chappers and
nostalgic react to old videos. What?
When we started filming videos, we had no children.
Yeah.
I wasn't married to my current wife. I was still living in England. Dorje didn't exist. What were you driving 13 years ago?
Ferrari.
A horse and cart.
No, I don't know. I don't know what I had then.
We shot videos in
Like
a
a
small...
Mondeo estate, I think,
Yeah.
or something like that.
We shot videos in a small back room.
No, that was the very top office
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Andertons in front of like a dirty, what looked like an old like student's duvet,
Yep.
didn't it?
Yes,
That had never
that's
been,
right,
that had never
that's
been
right.
ironed. And
Yeah.
Andy Chart, who,
Yep.
bless him, he went on to basically be our head of e-commerce for what. But yeah, he would just.
With a little handy
I
cam.
know what it was. Andy Chart had done a diploma in music at Leeds Polytechnic or whatever like that. So we're like, you can be the sound man then.
Yep.
So it's like, and he was like, I don't know what I'm doing, Lee. It's like, it's fine. Plug it in.
Doesn't matter. It's
Just
only
be
for it's
fine.
this thing called YouTube. No one will care. And then we moved to the warehouse room.
Yeah.
We should save this. For
That
the
had
video.
no windows, remember? Like
Yeah.
the little prison cell in the
Stick
warehouse.
used to get super hot and sweaty.
Yeah, and then
Man,
we'd
I
dress
remember
up inappropriately.
Yeah.
Wouldn't get away with any of that these days, would we?
Well, no, maybe not the BA one.
I was 11 when I watched you guys.
Don't say that.
I was 11 years old watching you guys.
That's terrifying.
Right.
Well, look, thank you for watching us all of these years. It's been very much appreciated. Thank you for the donations. And yeah, so we better pick all this up so we can
Yeah.
give it to.
Yeah, Oz. I'm joking. Right, come on, let's just.
What we
is your
playing?
Miku still plugged in?
Well,
Just in
yeah, I'll
case?
play some meat.
No, I'm just saying. You got
Ah.
it. You just got it from. What was it? What did
Just
I,
play
what-
rhythm and I'll meek for you.
What is it? I can't play that. I don't know it. Teach me it.
So if you want me to show you that
Teach
riff,
me it.
it goes.
Oh, it's an
A.
A. G. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, I can
That's
do
it,
that.
that's it, that's
Is
it,
that
that's
the whole
it.
song?
No.
Now, what's the song? What is that? Just one bit of the song?
It's the main riff of the song.
Okay. Right, let's try that then.
That's an A chord.